Keetin Marchi here for Red Carpet Report at Doris Bergman's Oscar Gifting Suite. I'm here with Bruce Dern. Bruce, what is it about kind of the week leading up to the Oscars and the Oscars that's so fun and exciting?
Well, it all depends really what you got in the business for in the first place. Mm-hmm. If you got in like I did to get better, I didn't get in for awards or anything else, and I began my career with Mr. Kazan, 1958 and 9, and we were in New York, and you never dreamed of anything like that. I mean, you just wanted to get a job, and I got in the actor's studio, and I was under contract to Kazan. It was a big deal. Then when I came to Hollywood, the party aspect of the award season shocked me because I run, and I ran a lot of marathons. I still race. I'm 80 in my age group.
You're not.
Yeah. And then so I know about endurance. And if you're a nominee, as I was 3 years ago for Nebraska, and Laura was 2 years ago for Wild, it's an endurance contest because it starts for me, because I won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, it started in May. So it goes all the way through March.
Yeah.
And that year, the Oscars weren't until the second week in March because the Olympic Games were on, and they didn't want to go up against them, so they pushed them back. So it's the greatest thing about it is you're thrilled to be invited.
Yeah.
You know, when Laura and her mother, Diane Ladd, and I are the only family in the history of Hollywood to all have stars on Hollywood Boulevard.
That's amazing.
And there have been other families, but never mother, father, child.
Separately. I know. There's different family stars.
Right,
it says, whatever family, whatever. The Westmores, I know.
Oh yeah.
They have their family stars.
The Fondas, and all, so forth and
everything.
so forth. But so that's very cool. But at the end of it, Gil Garcetti, who was running it then because he was the Hollywood city councilman, he said, what does all this mean to you at the end of it all? I said, you mean other than holding up traffic for a bunch of people that don't care who we are or probably even know? So I said, it means that a bunch of people got together, and that's what the whole award season is, got together and said, Bruce Dern can play. And that's all.
That has to feel good.
Oh, well, that's
Not
it.
only for you, but for your daughter, see your daughter.
Laura, for example, she says, Daddy, I got nominated for an Academy Award. This was in her first time. And it was for Rambling Rose was the name of the movie. And her mother and her were in it, and they both were nominated, Laura Best Actress and Diane Best Supporting. And I said, it means if you're careful and take risks, you have a seat at the table for the rest of your life. And that's what the award season is. And it's nice for people like Lee Wallman, who's my press agent. The first thing she says is, you got to go to her party. You must go there. So that's why I came, is because there are girls like her that make this town what it can be, and not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be great, but you had the studios backing everything.
Yeah.
Now it's independent.
Yep.
And it's a jungle for them, you know. And to get somebody like you to ask me questions or even be interested is really, I mean, I'm not nominated this year, so, you know, it's not up to me, but it's an honor. And to be included, even when you're not going to be at the chicken and pea dinner, you know, it's really neat. I mean, I always felt like that. I always felt that it's your job not just to go out and promote the film that you're in, but to promote the industry you're in. And that's what this does. This is home base for Hollywood. If you don't have these kind of things, 2 or 3 or 4 a year, whatever they are, you cut out the heart of what this could be, which is, it is a party, but everybody, I mean, the whole trip is a party from when it first begins until now. But
9 months.
Right. At the very end of it all, what have we done? We're trying to get people to still want to go to the movies.
Yeah.
you know.
I think people still want to go to the movies.
Well, you just have to put something in there they want to see.
Right?
I was lucky 3 years ago with Nebraska because nobody really believed in it, or it took us 10 years to get it made. And then no one wanted to make it in black and white. Well, Nebraska is pretty black and white, especially in the winter. When you saw the movie, it was perfect. You couldn't do that movie in color because it's about drab folks in a drab place. However, I had somebody say to Alexander, and I both had somebody say to us while we were making the movie, that's Alexander Payne, you know, who's going to give, excuse the word, S-H-I-T, but who's going to give an S-H-I-T about an old geezer from a flyover state who has a dream that's not real? Well, that's what the movie's about. And the great line in the film is not mine, it's Will Forte's. After I don't win the prize and she gives me a silly cap and I go out and sit in a car, he says, you know, this isn't quite right what went on here just now, because he did have a ticket that said he won and everything. She said he won if he had the right number. Yeah, I know, I heard that, but this isn't quite right. And she said, oh, I know. It's because... you know, what's this? He said, does it happen a lot? And she said, well, now and then, but there are always people like your dad. What's the matter with him? He's got Alzheimer's or dementia? No, ma'am. He just believes what folks tell him. That's why you make the movie.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. I feel like I could talk to you for hours. Like, I just want to pick your brain. And you said something incredible. You said, you know, it's all about being careful but taking risks at the same time.
That was it for Laura at the beginning. I told her two things. I said, first of all, you got to learn to dance. She said, but Mom's never. I said, it has nothing to do with dancing. It's the greatest crippler of actors is behind the camera intimidation. And it's never personal. It's not about you. They all want to go to the Laker game or to dinner or wherever they want. They pay a guy to look at his watch from 5 o'clock in the afternoon on to intimidate everybody. They think they're taking too much time. You can't take it personally. It's part of what they do. So you have to learn to dance around all that and stay in your zone where you're working and you're comfortable. And the second thing is take risks. Go to the edge of the cliff and take parts that other people don't want to do.
Great words of advice. Well, thank you so much. It was such an honor meeting you.
You have a
so
wonderful
much fun.
smile.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. If you like this video, right? Do you want me to do that time? If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe for more, and in the comments below, let me know who you're rooting for in this week's Oscars.